Welcome back to another episode of Get 'em Together Garage. Today we're going to be showing you guys kind of the best tools to use to do a antifreeze coolant system recharge. And there's two different ways to do it. You got the old school way, which is pretty much getting the engine hot and kind of just letting everything open up and flow the way you need it to. Then with the tools today, you have these little vacuum guys that'll pull a 100% vacuum to your coolant system, and once you go to open up the valve to let all the coolant in, it sucks it all into all the air crevices because you have a whole vacuum, so it's going to suck it all in up into your heater core, where your thermostat is, in the engine, everywhere. So that's what this is going to be good for. We're going to show you guys how to do this. It only takes 10 minutes at most, and yeah, quick tips to how to use this. I got this. They're fairly cheap. You can get them at Harbor Freight, or if you have a tool guy going to your shops, you can get, mine's Cornwall, so I was able to get a Cornwall one. And here's your part number for it if you guys want to use one of these. But what it is basically just two rubber cones. You got this kind, then you got a smooth kind here. Depending on your system, it's going to be different. A lot of the times it's going to be this one, but for like a Mopar, what we're doing right now on a 2012 Jeep Liberty, you're going to be using the smooth cone one because that fits in the filler hole the best. So we're going to use that one, and then I'll show you guys how to do this here in a minute. So let me get everything set up, and then we'll show you guys how to use this. Okay, so you got your mechanism here. You just put it right in the filler neck, and it's going to seal off in there. Don't push it down by the gauge because you're going to crush the cage. I've already done that once. So you need your air line, hooks up to this air blow through piece, which comes to here, so watch out, keep that facing away from you in case there's any coolant in there. Then all you're going to be doing is you're going to be closing this valve until you're ready to refill. This one's the one that shuts off the airflow so you can stop having a vacuum go. So what we're going to do is just turn the air on and then open this valve and close this one. Yep, keep that open. And it's going to go up and around. So what it does is that it just brings in a vacuum into the coolant system. Sometimes you might need to clamp off the overflow. So sometimes I might not want to give it a full vacuum. We'll give it a minute. Depending on your pressure that your air compressor gives off, it may take a little bit longer, which this one is. Our compressor isn't the strongest, but it's still doing the job. As long as you get somewhere close to a full vacuum at 30, what do they call it, mercury, I believe it's called. That's when you have a full vacuum, but if you're somewhere close to like a line or two below it, you'll be fine. We'll let the air pressure build up real quick. Yeah, that's the best it's gonna give me. It ain't leaking. It's not pouring out. Where is it? It's staying there. Okay. So what you do next is that you have a filtered end, and you're going to put that right into your antifreeze. So all you got to do then is just open up the lever that's over here, and it'll start sucking in antifreeze like that. And this is already 50-50 mix, so you don't have to worry about mixing anything here. But you just got to keep an eye that your hose stays in the antifreeze, so that way you don't suck in any air. Then once it gets close to the bottom, you'll shut it off. Switch bottles whenever you're ready. And right about now, I'll switch the other one. This works on any car. And it's honestly the quickest because it gets everything out of the heater core or thermostat throughout the block. And it's just about done. Poof, just like that, you got yourself a full heater system for your antifreeze. So we're just going to close that, pop this out, reclose that to let the antifreeze leak out. Because you're all done with that for now until you put in your overflow. And look at that, you have a full AC or heater system, coolant system. Put this away because you won't need that. Took our cap on. So then, now that we did that, we can take it for a test drive, make sure everything doesn't overheat, which it shouldn't, because got all the air out of it, no air pockets, and all we got to do is just refill our reservoir. Always put a little extra in here in case it needs some, because it never hurts. Worst it does is just spill out a little bit. Is there a max on here? I have no idea. It's getting close. And just like that, you're done with your coolant system. Way quicker than doing it the old-fashioned way by letting the engine warm up, but that's really about it. Well, that's pretty much about it for my tech tip for having, or one of the best tools for doing a coolant system for any car. I prefer this way a little bit better than the old-fashioned way because not really much you can do to go wrong with this because it's literally 3 knobs and done. Just make sure you have a complete vacuum. Sometimes you might have to clamp off some of the breather lines for the overflow bottles because sometimes that is where you fill them. But that's the only difference in it. But other than that, it's really not that bad. It's way quicker than the old-fashioned way. But, I mean, they're both good ways. Either way you look at it, I just prefer this way because it's way quicker. I mean, you can get a whole antifreeze or a coolant system done in a matter of 5 minutes like you guys just seen. So, but that's what I would prefer to use on all my car builds I do, or if I had to do any kind of side works or anything like that, or just on my personal vehicles, which I have used this all the time on my cars now. But yeah, that's gonna do it for us though. If you guys have any questions about this, let me know. I'll try to answer them the best I can. Again, here's the part number if you want one of these. I'll leave that here for a second. But if you guys haven't done so, please subscribe, like, and leave a comment. Not much else to do other than just say thanks for watching, and yeah, we'll catch you on the next one. Thanks.